Hey creeps, welcome to Library Macabre. My name is Cameron Chaney, author of Autumn Crow, and today we're going to be talking about some Christmas horror books that I plan to read during my Christmas break. I actually had a whole lot more planned in the way of Christmas videos here on the channel, and I've actually been sick for the past 6 days or so, and I have lost a lot of time. I've just been stuck in bed, and I'm still not doing very well. You could probably tell from my voice. Still recovering. It's been a challenge, so we're just going to take it easy on myself, and I'm just not gonna do all of the videos I had planned. Instead, I'm just gonna show you what I plan on reading over my Christmas break, which has started this week. And I have, as you can see, quite a lot here, quite a lot to read. I actually do have a Fear Street reading vlog that I filmed during Thanksgiving, so I still have to edit that and get that up. So that will be coming this week. And then I will check in and let you know what I thought of some of these books. And then I also will do my best of the year book video that everybody else is doing right now that I still need to do. Always so much to do. The first book is one that I actually already read, and that is The Christmas Killer by Patricia Windsor. This is a point horror book from 1991. I am not going to talk about this yet. I plan on talking about it a whole lot more in my top 10 books of 2021 video. That's right, this little point horror book right here made my top 10 list of 2021, which is really saying something because I read 120 books this year. So yeah, this was great, and I cannot wait to talk about it in that video. Very, very good. All right, this is one that I have already started reading, and I plan on finishing this next, and that is The Forsaken Boy by Troy Trattib. Now, this is a werewolf novel. As you can see, I'm almost done. You're probably asking, Cameron, why is a werewolf book on your Christmas reading list? Well, this does take place, or at least it opens up during Christmas time, and I have a feeling it will probably wrap up during the Christmas season because there is a quote in this book, and I'm going to find it right now. And this quote is from Lewis Graydon, and it says, "All true werewolf stories begin on Christmas Eve." And I'm loving this so far. This is a fantastic, fantastic book. Probably another one that's going to end up on my top 10 books of the year list. This is about a young man named Brandon who has had a really, really tough life, really tough. His mom died. His dad is super, super abusive. He is half white, half Native American. So he's tormented at his school, basically. It's a very small town, very small-minded people. A lot of the kids there just torment him and bully him, and he's on his last straw, he's done. And one night, a Christmas Eve night, he sees this humanoid creature on this country road as he's driving home real late at night, and he becomes kind of obsessed with what was this creature, what was this thing. So he keeps going back to the spot every night to see if he could see it again, and eventually he does, and he is turned into a werewolf. And that's when stuff gets very dark, because you have a very repressed young man who has been tormented his whole life, and he's angry. And it says here on the back, Brandon is about to walk a dark country road and discover a hunger he never imagined, and find out he likes it. Run. That's all you can do now. This is just so good so far. I would not recommend this to people who don't like dark stories, who can be easily triggered by other people being tormented, bullied. I was bullied in school. I have a lot of experience with it. I can relate to it. But if you are someone who is triggered by other people who have been through it, this probably isn't going to be for you. But if you have been bullied and you actually have been through this stuff, you'll probably relate to Brandon quite a lot, because I definitely do. And you will connect to that anger that he feels. This is a very dark coming of age story. It kind of turns the whole coming of age thing on its head. But I love it. The writing's amazing. I just feel so drawn to these characters, and can't wait to see how this is gonna pan out in these last like 100 pages. It's intense. So I would recommend this to people who are not afraid of a little bit of darkness. This book does tend to go there sometimes, but this book also does have quite a lot of heart, and there were times where I was tearing up. It's a great read. Just be forewarned, it's dark. There are some scenes that have attempted sexual assault, so just be forewarned. It gets a little grim, but those are all things that are used into building this story into what it is and giving it a kind of gravity, really, really heavy gravity. But man, so good. I can't wait to finish this up. I know I'm not very eloquent right now, guys. It's because I'm sick and I'm really trying hard to fight through this video. But yeah, once I finish this, I will let you guys know what I think, and I'll wrap up my thoughts a little more eloquently. But yeah, there's The Forsaken Boy by Troy Tradup. Another one that I have already started reading is a book in the Scream series. This is book number 5. It's from 1994, I believe. 1993, actually. And this one's called My True Love Gave to Me. It's a cheesy little read. It's about this, you know what? I'm not even going to describe the plot. I'm just going to read you the back of the book because it's great. The blurbs on the backs of these books are honestly works of art in themselves. So, well, first off, we have the tagline on the front that says, "Ho, ho, ho, you're dead," which is great. It says, "You better not shout. Someone's in love with Holly Dunn. You better not cry. Someone's sick, twisted, evil. You better not pout. This year, that someone plans to show Holly his undying devotion with 12 terrifying gifts, or else you'll die. And come the last day of the holiday season, whether Holly's been naughty or nice, he's going to give her the ultimate present by turning her white Christmas into a dead Christmas. My true love gave to me. You always kill the one you love." So there you go. That kind of says it all. Almost done with this one as well. I have like 50 pages left, so I'll be finishing this one up really soon. And of course, we have Served Cold, a horror tube anthology edited by Regina St. Clair and Steve Donahue. I have a story in this book called Karakon Kolos. It is a Autumn Crow Christmas story, and I have not read the other stories in the book yet, so I definitely want to get to all of those. It's a nice chunky little short story collection. This is available right now. All proceeds go to First Book. So not only are you getting a nice, good quality horror anthology, but you are also giving to a good cause. And I also just love that cover art by Cameron Rubik. That is just beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, I definitely want to read this and get into all the other horror tubers' stories and see what they have to offer. There's a lot that I'm really looking forward to. So there is Served Cold. We also have Seasons Creepings, Tales of Holiday Horror by Ronald Kelly. This is the follow-up to his book called The Halloween Store, which was a Halloween short story collection. So of course now we have Christmas stories. And he sent me a copy of this for review, and look at that. He signed it for me and drew a Santa skeleton with a knife. Of course, matches the skeleton on the front cover, but just look at that. That is awesome. I didn't realize he was such a great artist too. But yeah, here we have just a holiday short story collection. Really looking forward to diving into this because I loved the Halloween Store. It's a very thin little book, so should not take me very long to read. So yeah, there's Seasons Creepings. So next up we have a really small little novella. This is the first book in a series, and the series is called 100 Days Till Halloween. But this book is the first book. It's called The Christmas Morning Massacre. So it actually takes place on Christmas. This is by Nasher Rabadi. I think that's how you pronounce his name. It's only 80 pages long, so it's very, very thin. He sent this to me for review. I actually, after I showed this in a haul, I got an email from somebody who kind of filled me in on some things. Apparently Nasher is mostly known in the comic book industry. I'm not huge into comics. I do read comics, but when it comes to like the comic community, I know nothing. And apparently there is some kind of comic book company or association, I don't really know what it is exactly, that Nasher is contracted with, and this company has had a lot of controversies, I'll just say. You can Google it and read up on it. The person who emailed me was like, I'm not saying anything bad about this guy. Seems like a nice guy. He just kind of like fell in with a company that a lot of people don't agree with, and he kind of got caught up in it, I guess. I don't know. So the author did send this to me for review before I knew anything about any of that. I am gonna go ahead and read this, but I wanted to give a little disclaimer to everybody. I don't like getting caught up in everyone else's drama. I have my own dramas in real life, just like everybody else. That enough takes a lot out of me. I don't need to get caught up in everyone else's crap. But since this was sent to me for review, I will read it and talk about it, but just putting it out there. There is some kind of controversy. There's always gonna be some kind of controversy somewhere. Honestly, it's constant and it exhausts me, but you know, it is what it is. But there is the Christmas Morning Massacre. It does sound totally up my alley because I do love a good Christmas slasher. So there's that. And another one that I probably will not be able to read before Christmas, but I will definitely read like on Christmas weekend after Christmas, is Five Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. This is a young adult book about a girl who is trying to get home for Christmas, but she is stuck at this airport during a blizzard, and she meets up with these other young people who are like, hey, we're actually heading in the direction of where you're heading. We'll just, we'll all carpool together and we'll drop you off. So she accepts the ride. And as it says here on the front cover, she never should have accepted that ride. So this is like a horror thriller. Of course, I'm thinking they're gonna get snowed out in the wilderness in a blizzard, and someone is not who they seem to be. So this should be a nice, fun, tight thriller. I've heard good things about this. People have recommended this to me personally and been like, this was really good. So yeah, Five Total Strangers. And then there's two other books that I know I'm not gonna get a chance to read, but I'm still going to be optimistic. So we have Christmas Horror, Volume 1, really small little short story collection with lots of really cool illustrations. So there's that. I hope I can get to it. And then also Horror Stories to Ruin Christmas, another one that has some cool illustrations if I can find one. Yeah, there we go. It's a thicker book, very small print. Probably will not get to this in time, but I would love to, because look at that. That just looks so cool. Anyway, those are the books that I am currently reading, plan to read, and this is also just a little update to let you guys know what's going on. I know I've not been around. It's been rough. It's been a rough month, and I am really glad to just be on break and to just kind of have some downtime to relax, get some writing done, get some reading done, and catch up on some videos. I really need it. I really need just a break to be at home and catch up because I'm just so behind on everything. I'm so behind. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is kind of just a formal video, but didn't really feel like getting all the lighting set up and everything. You know what I mean. I will catch you guys in the next episode of Library Macabre. Later, creeps.